So who are you, what's your role, and where do you work?
Hey, I'm Michael Wild. I'm the head of sales at CloudFuse.
What do you want to share today?
Glad you guys stopped by the booth. CloudFuse is this really awesome observability platform. We've been into business for a couple of years, and last week we came out with the third release of our product with a whole bunch of new innovations. Folks that use Kubernetes will really love CloudFuse for a couple of reasons. I'd love to tell you about that in just a minute.
What problem does CloudFuse solve?
CloudFuse is a full stack observability solution. When you think about all of observability, there are a ton of data sources. We've got logs, metrics, traces. What about the stuff from Kubernetes, like your YAML, the metadata, metrics, and logs associated with it? In observability, we also think about real user monitoring and session replay, and really advanced analytics tools that we make available to our customers. There's some really great things about CloudFuse that become a little quite different as far as the way we're priced and the way we're deployed.
Could you share a bit about the before and after this product announcement?
Absolutely. Before this recent announcement of CloudFuse 3.0, we had full coverage for metrics, logs, and traces. We've recently increased the amount of sophisticated AI and ML to do anomaly detection, forecasting, and outlier detection. We've added session replay and front-end observability monitoring inside of CloudFuse. And then we've also added some great tools to do some really neat analysis called K-Lens, which can let us look at like a heat map over time and discover what's different about the things that you're interested in and the things that are not going so well.
Is CloudFuse open source and part of the CNCF landscape?
CloudFuse itself is an open source, but we use two critical Apache open source platforms inside of us. Part of the infrastructure of CloudFuse, which itself is deployed in a customer's Kubernetes environment, so not a software as a service. We use Apache Kafka inside to help ingestion of all of this data. And we also use Apache Pinot as our open source backend. And that's really cool because it's extremely performant. Storage is awesome. But aside from our UI, customers can access that data directly if they need to. Like, for example, if they wanted to run machine learning against their own observability data.
What's CloudFuse's business model?
CloudFuse's business model is we're a software provider, so we build and support software. CloudFuse's deployment of observability is in the customer's Kubernetes cluster. The great thing about that is there are no egress fees to send it up to a software as a service. You get to leverage your existing cloud discounts. Our product is really well optimized as far as storage. And then we also help you manage it. So uniquely, our software runs inside your environment, making it more secure. But unlike some other solutions, we have a control plane that we run inside of CloudFuse HQ where we can see how your cluster is doing, make sure it's healthy, help you upgrade it. And the business model is also based on the size of the cluster. So instead of having a lot of overage charges or unexpected fees, we size a cluster for a customer, we give them the Helm chart to help deploy, we help manage it for them, and then based on the amount of data, there's a flat fee for that. The nice thing about it is there's no overages. If it turns out you're sending more data to your cluster and maybe the performance isn't great, you need that data, you just give us a call, you'll upgrade it, expand the cluster, and everybody's happy, no penalty, easy spend.
Who are your main competitors?
Everybody in observability is CloudFuse's competitor. The ones that we see though, most of the prospects that come to us say, I'm spending too much on Datadog, New Relic, Elastic, Splunk, or their spend is okay, but they've got this fragmentation of a lot of different tools. CloudFuse is one of the few offerings where you can pretty much address all of the parts of DevOps, SRE, inside of one product, inside of one user interface that is really friendly and really familiar to most people that use tools.
Are there any other additional factors that help CloudFuse differentiate from the competitors?
There are a number of factors that help us differentiate from the competitors. First of all, by us using Apache Pinot, it becomes a data lake. And when you have a data lake with a unified data format, it allows us to develop solutions faster, address customer demand in a better way, build things that we've got on our roadmap coming up and respond to customers better. We've also got a tremendous amount of AI built in so that people are doing less work to find the source of problems. And on top of that, even though engineers use these tools discretely, like I might use my log section just by itself, or I might just do queries inside of the metrics part, APM system in CloudFuse is so well integrated that you almost don't have to leave the screen at all to figure out the source of a problem. It's really fantastic.
What should we expect next from CloudFuse?
As we were talking about, we have this data lake underneath CloudFuse, and what we're starting to see customers ask us for is, got all this observability data coming from all of my nodes, help me with security, help me with other use cases. And by the fact that we have that, and it's not a set of fragmented engine, it makes it easy for us to prototype new solutions and enter new markets while a customer can adapt more things with the value they're getting from CloudFuse.